Hey guys, and welcome back to the JTO channel. And this is your match preview of Southampton versus Chelsea tomorrow. Chelsea head off to St Mary's, 3 o'clock kickoff. Obviously, won't be on TV. So yeah, just a standard Saturday 3 o'clock game, Premier League football. And tomorrow's a key game, very crucial game, because obviously our last two games very poor performances. And if we want any sort of if we want any confidence or sort of just any sort of bit of hope that we can have going into the second leg at the Bernabeu tomorrow, we have to win, and we have to win convincingly. We have to put in a performance. We've got to be clinical. We've got to bring that intensity, that energy. We've got to bring that resilience as well to the team. We've got to just sort of try go back to our normal selves again. Because I'm not gonna lie, even before the result we had against Real Madrid, I was worried about this game anyway. So if I was worried about it, even before we faced Real Madrid, I'm even more worried now because obviously Southampton are just against the big teams. They are so difficult to play against. They're proving it this season. Like they went to Tottenham and won 3-2. Tottenham went to their ground. They got a draw. They drew 1-1 with City at their ground. They went to their ground and drew 0-0 and got a clean sheet this season. They went to Man United and they got a 1-1 draw. I think they drew them 1-1 this season as well. So the only big six sides that they haven't been able to beat or haven't been able to perform against, and challenge them is Arsenal, because Arsenal beat them, I think, 2 or 3-0 at their ground. Even when we faced them, let's keep things real. Up until the red card, bro, we weren't convincing against them. And even they scored a penalty, and it took a red card for them for then us to go and do our thing and win the game 3-1. So Southampton against the big sides this season have been really difficult to play against because tactically, Ralph Hasenhüttl is a very good manager, considering that squad is poor. Let's be honest. Obviously their best players, Ward Prowse, we have to look out for him. There's Broho as well, but he won't play tomorrow because obviously he's from loan from us. So that's a really good thing because he'd be a danger man for tomorrow's game. But it's a good thing he's not playing. So this is why I was worried about this game, because in general against Southampton, they're just tough to play against. 4-4-2, they're robust, they're resilient, defensively solid. Tactically, they know how to play against the big teams as well, because Ralph Hasenhüttl, like I said, is a top manager. He's a really good manager. No wonder he's gotten, no wonder he hasn't lost to Man United this season. He's played them twice. Didn't lose to Tottenham this season, played them twice. Didn't lose to Man City this season, played them twice. I think they played Liverpool and they lost to Liverpool, so it is what it is in terms of that. But like I said, they're a good side, man. And in terms of intensity, pressure, energy, just covering distances, possession based, solid against the big teams. And that is why I was worried about this game anyway, even before the Real Madrid result. And I'm not quite sure if we'll be able to put up the performance that we need to in order for us to give us a bit of hope or confidence going into the Real Madrid game. Because yes, last year, everyone thought the Brentford game, for example, was, let's just say, last year we lost to West Brom 5-2. And in our next Champions League game, in our next game, we had the Champions League quarterfinals. But it was Porto. That's Porto. They're nowhere near Real Madrid. And I think that was the difference between, this year and last year. At least in the next game, it was a Champions League quarterfinal against a easier opponent. This year, it was in the quarterfinals, just like last year, but it was against the kings of Europe, literally the kings, the 13-time winners of this competition. And it's clear to see that they've improved. And yeah, we just got a proper beating yesterday. Even though I thought at times we were unlucky despite playing poorly. So tomorrow we have to go back to our old selves. We need to be resolute. We need to be resilient. We need to have good ball possession. We need to create chances again. We need to learn how to break down teams, which is something we've struggled to do over the past few weeks. Tuchel's got to find a way to get the best out of the attackers, but at the same time, the attackers have got to start stepping up and suiting the system as well. And the whole team in general, the defense, Rudiger, Silva, need to get back to their old-fashioned selves as well. And hopefully tomorrow we can just put in a performance and get a convincing win to at least give us a bit of hope going into the Bernabeu on Tuesday night. So yeah, Thomas Tuchel did do his press conference. There was a couple of things he said. Obviously team news. Chilwell's obviously out. We already know that. Callum Hudson-Odoi is still out. Everyone thought, including myself, that with his Achilles pain, we thought it wasn't going to be for long. It was maybe going to be like a week or two. He'd be back after the international break. but he's in training last week, and I think he had more problems with it. And yeah, it's just getting worse and worse. And he said it's not even the matter of days now; it's the matter of weeks. So I'm not gonna say Callum's season is over, but it's in a case of he needs to come back as soon as possible, because as much as people may think right now, oh, he's injured, okay, like whatever, in terms of like he's not gonna play anyway. But at the same time, squad rotation is gonna need to happen. We're gonna need everybody in the squad, whether Tuchel likes it or not, whether we like it or not. We're gonna need everyone. There's certain players that are gonna have to play that you don't want to see play, but they're gonna have to play because the fixture list that we could potentially have in May if we somehow get through to the semi-finals. And if we get to the FA Cup final, oh my God, the fixture congestion in May and in the end of April is looking mad, and we're gonna need everyone. So yeah, that's in terms of team news. Callum Hudson-Odoi is gonna be out for a while. Ben Chilwell's out. Lukaku and Ziyech are also a doubt. I think Lukaku's was an Achilles problem, I think, if I'm not wrong. But he's a doubt, and Ziyech is a doubt as well. Apparently, they're going to do tests on them around 3 o'clock, so pretty much like 30 minutes past. As I'm recording this video, it's 3:30, so they would have already done the test, and they already know if they're going to travel or not, or potentially start, be in the squad, whatever. So yeah, that kind of puts my doubt into whether they'll even start the game, because obviously they're a doubt, and when players are a doubt, you're not sure if you should really start them. You don't want any more injuries and stuff like that. Also, he talked about a couple other things that were key as well. Do check out the press conference. He mentioned that they had a meeting yesterday about the game, and it wasn't about a discussion. It was mainly about just him giving his point of view. And he still said, he still loves the players. He still loves the group. Obviously, he still believes in them, and they'll still push them to the limit. And, people criticizing him for the comments he made the other night. Get over it, man. Like, this guy, Thomas Tuchel, barely calls out his players anyway, and this is like the first time he's done it. So we haven't had back-to-back losses like this. So I think it's right that he did call them out, and hopefully the players do react, starting off with tomorrow. Anyway, let's get into the predicted lineup that I think we're gonna put out. Obviously, we're gonna play a 3-4-3 most likely. I was thinking just before this game we should maybe play a 4 at the back, like a 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 type. But to be honest, I don't think we will. And with Ziyech and Lukaku being a doubt, that just puts the sting in the wounds, and it sort of makes my options in terms of who at least plays in attack, easier. So yeah, let's go. Obviously, in goal, Edouard Mendy. Look, I've seen people call to play Kepa and give him a chance. Nah, 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 nah. This is the business end of the season. Our best players play, okay? Yes, Mendy's made a couple mistakes on the ball, but he still plays. Okay, you don't just try and lower his confidence by dropping him, and then what, he plays midweek? Nah, 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 nah. He needs to play, keep a clean sheet, and put in a good performance tomorrow on the ball, and obviously be the shot stopper that he normally is good at. So yeah, Mendy goal. The back three I think is easy. I think Rudiger should play. Left centre back. Hopefully he gets back to his normal self. Same with Thiago Silva in the middle centre back role. I think he should, those two. I think they're one of our leaders. They're both our leaders in this team, and I think if there's anyone that's going to drive this team to make sure it gets back to its standards, I think those two are very, very key to us getting back to how we normally are as a team, defensively resolute. And obviously, going forward, I'll talk about that later. The right centre back role has been a bit of a debate. I saw people going after Christensen. Now, don't get me wrong. I actually wouldn't play Christensen in this match. But I do think the criticism against him in the game against Real Madrid is a bit harsh. Put Aspilicueta in this position. Put Chalobah in this position. And I still think Vinicius Jr. still does what he does. I don't think Christensen could have done much else against him. I don't think many defenders would have done much against Vinicius Jr., to be quite honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. Vinicius Jr. was just a really good player, and he turned up on the night. Sometimes you just gotta give credit to the players of Real Madrid instead of coming after our players. People saying his head is in Barcelona. Come on, man. Christensen is professional enough to know that, when the end of the season comes, he'll focus on Barca. But for now, he has to focus on Chelsea, and he knows that. Okay, he's got the mentality, he's got the focus, and I think he's concentrating on Chelsea. I think that's a bit harsh to be that on to beat that on Christensen. But I'd still play Chalobah in this game. So yeah, Chalobah deserves to play. His last couple games, I think he was dodgy in his previous games, but I think he deserves to play in this game. So play Chalobah. Or maybe just play Christensen to give him more confidence as well. Who knows, innit? But yeah. Could be Aspilicueta that plays in the Real Madrid game, but that's not what we're talking about here. But yeah, left wing back has to be Marcos Alonso. Can't say anything else. He didn't play against Real Madrid. You would say rightly so, but at the same time, we didn't really have that left footer. We didn't have that outlet down on the wings, for our build up to be a lot better. Because I understand why Tuchel went with Aspilicueta left wing back, but I think Carlo realized. I think Carlo knew that he was going to do that, and I think the way Valverde just nullified him, and the way Valverde was able to adjust to not just going on the wing but tucking into midfield as well. I think that messed up Aspilicueta's decision making a lot of the time. So I think from a tactical perspective, I've got to give credit to Carlo in terms of how he just dealt with knowing Aspilicueta was playing left wing back. So it didn't work, but also tactically, Carlo knew exactly what to do in that situation. So fair play. Sometimes, guys, you just gotta give credit to the opposing team. As much as Tuchel may have made some poor decisions in lineup, tactics, sometimes just give the credit to the opposing team, the opposing manager. Simple. Anyway, two midfielders, Kovacic and Kante. Simple, no questions asked. Thank you very much. Jorginho, didn't want him to play midweek. Don't want him to play at the Bernabeu. It's as simple as that. We need to attack. We need to attack Southampton. We're going to need to move the ball very, very quickly. There was a clip on Twitter. Oh my God. We had acres of space, yeah? Driving with the ball. The guy took so long, bruv, yeah? He was moving like my bruv. It was mad. And then he messed up the pass. Look, shouldn't play in this game. We need intensity. We need energy. We need guys who are going to be quick on the ball, who are going to build up, who are going to find the pass a lot quicker. And Kovacic and Kante can bring that. I know Kante, Thomas Tuchel talked about Kante in his press conference saying, obviously he's dipped in form a bit, but he's confident that he can get it back. And he's realizing that, the amount of football he's played or the injuries he's getting, and clearly he's aging as well. It's normal for Kante to obviously go on a bit of a decline. But I've talked about this with Kante before, and nobody listens to me. Just saying. But yeah, I still think those two should play. In terms of intensity, energy, moving the ball quickly, driving the ball forward, and trying to feed our attackers, those two are the best at it, in my opinion. Move on to the front three now. I think there's only one front three that should play. Pulisic on the left, Mason on the right, Kai Havertz up top. Now, Mason and Pulisic. Not many people talked about Pulisic's performance, but he was very, very poor. In fact, people even forgot he played. And it's not even surprised because he didn't really do anything. But at the same time, I kind of felt sorry for him because he had Aspilicueta as his wing back. Every time he got the ball, there was always 2-3 players around him at all costs, man. So at times I even felt sorry for him. Yes, he should be doing more, but at the same time, I think Tuchel should help him out, help even Ziyech out, at times as well, and make sure you just put the right personnel around him. I think, the one thing I've said about Pulisic maybe playing on the left this season is because I think the reason why maybe he struggled at times out there this season is because I don't think the person behind him playing left wing back has helped him, whether it's Alonso, whether it was Aspilicueta. So I do feel bad for him in some ways, but he should be doing more. And I hope he does do more because I'm not playing Timo Werner out there. So Pulisic has to play. Mason Mount has to play. Ziyech is a doubt, and I wouldn't even play. And I would have liked to actually play Ziyech in this game, but the fact that he's a doubt, I wouldn't play him now. Mason Mount needs to step up now, needs a proper performance, and go back to his old self last season, because this season I think he hasn't been great, despite the goals and assists. Simple as that. Kai Havertz up top, I think that's a given. I think that's simple. He's been the only player in recent times for Chelsea that's continued to try and perform at the highest level. Try to be consistent, try to create chances, try to score goals. He's just going to bring that outlet, he's going to drop deep, help out the midfield, he can make runs in behind. Hopefully he does link up with Pulisic and Mount very well. In terms of a front three, that's probably our most balanced and sort of our most, how do I say it? In terms of chemistry, probably our best front three, just in terms of chemistry. In terms of ability, you can debate other players, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's the team that should probably go to Southampton tomorrow and get the job done. Score prediction, I'm going to be honest. My heart says a 2-1 Chelsea win, but my head says a 1-1. I just think Southampton tomorrow are going to turn up. I think they're going to nullify the middle of the park. They're gonna have that mid block, 2 blocks of 4, and they're gonna make it difficult for us to play in between the lines. And in general, Ralph Hasenhüttl tactically has done Tuchel before, and I just feel like the team will not perform to its level that it has to tomorrow, in my humble opinion. And that makes me worried, to be honest with you. So tomorrow, I do actually think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Tell me your thoughts down below on this game. Tell me your lineup. Tell me your thoughts on Tuchel's comments in this press conference. Tell me your predicted lineup as well. Tell me your score prediction as well, and why, and all that crazy stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for my match review and player ratings video. So yeah, I'll see you lot then. Have a good one, guys. Peace.